Hey YouTube, Cliff here. So today the big news, not really big news, but this is what was actually going around crypto news the most, is Pomp calling out Bitboy on his podcast. So let's pull this up. So I'm going to give you my opinion. I'll try to keep it brief because there's really not a lot of substance in this, but it is very entertaining. So let's see how it kicks off.
You've been talking shit. So I got 3 questions for you.
Not really. Yeah, not really. I would flip that back on you and say that the things that I said were factually correct, and the things that you said were factually incorrect. So basically, all I said was this, and I think that really how this kind of started was you had people in your chat relaying what was said without actually seeing the entirety of what was said. All that I said was, when I watched your video on Shiba, I had the thought to myself that you sounded very out of touch with it. And that, if that was confirmed by going into your comment section. When you look at the comment section, of course, Shiba's got a really strong community, and they're going to be in there disliking the video and making a lot of comments. But to me, just to say that Shiba is totally invalid, that really makes you a little bit irrelevant. And the reason because of that is that when you look at the amount of money that people have made with Shiba, it's insane. And so when you are telling these people I talked to people yesterday. I was actually in Houston for the World Series, go Braves. But, I actually went to a barbecue place yesterday, and there were some guys there, coincidentally, at this barbecue place, they were having a crypto.
So here's the thing. He's trying to defend him selling an investment in SHIB because he knows somebody at a barbecue invested in SHIB, and somehow that's relevant to the mass majority that he's pushing to his followers that they should invest in SHIB. Even if he doesn't come out and say to invest in SHIB, he is heavily hinting towards that people should invest in SHIB. That's the point that Pomp is trying to get across. Now, in this entire debate, Pomp does not come across very well. He seems very arrogant. His points are not great. And so, to be completely honest, Bitboy just completely wrecks him in this interview. So, let's play a little bit more.
Meetup and had no idea that I was going to be there. And so I come in, they're having a crypto meetup, and I heard Cardano, I heard XRP, and I was like, hold on, guys, y'all talking about crypto? And they said, oh my gosh, you're Bitboy Crypto. And I said, yeah, we talked for a long time. These guys have become millionaires on Shiba, and now they're taking their funds and they're putting it in other investments and other projects. And it's a transition. I do want to say this.
Okay, but here's the thing. Most people, and I hate to break this to people because a lot of people do like SHIB, but the majority of those people will not make money off SHIB. This is a big fish that I caught story. This is, one guy that they're going to make an article about. Most people are not making money off SHIB. That is not the goal investment that you want to be in. So to me, that's not really the greatest argument. However, he does have better arguments in the future. So let's skip ahead a little bit.
Language and throwing down against Shiba and making it sound like people that put money in it are idiots. That's what I have a problem with.
Do you think that they're smart? Do you think they're smart? Hold on, Ben. Do you think that people who bought Shiba are smart?
I've said they're not smart crypto investors. But who cares? Who cares when they're rich?
Because the majority of people who invest in SHIB will not be rich. That's the point he's trying to make. It's you're making the crypto space dangerous in space that it doesn't need to be dangerous. And let me frame this for you. So the last bull cycle, I remember this pretty clearly. I had invested in a lot of great coins and a lot of not so great coins. And as most people know, in a bull run, and this was my first bull run, everything goes up, right? So I am checking my phone in the middle of the night. I have to be at work the next morning, and this portfolio that had the Delta app at the time, it's going up, and it's going up like 10%. I'll put my phone down for literally 30 seconds before I am drawn to check this thing again, and it goes up again. And it would work like this the entire night. In these bull runs, people are making so much money that they become euphoric. And what I saw last bull run is people make a lot of bad decisions. They will take out another mortgage. They will get a loan. They will sell their things. They will do whatever because they need to get more money into this so they can get that feeling again, right? So when you have someone like Bitboy, and Pomp probably does this too in his own way, they may not be outright shilling these meme coins, but they kind of have a little like, oh, here's the news. You should kind of like look into this. And we're talking about new investors that they don't know anything. And actually later, Bitboy will tell you that these are the people that he's targeting, people that don't really know a whole lot about cryptocurrency, and they have that euphoric feeling, and they just want to throw money anywhere because they're sure they're going to make a lot more money. And I think that was the argument that Pomp was trying to make, is that he somewhat has a responsibility to watch what he says. Now, if someone goes and make these bad decisions, it's not necessarily Bitboy's fault. I think people have their own personal responsibility. I think Pomp was just kind of saying, hey, you kind of gotta like let these people know, because this is something that we've never seen before. I know when I first invested in crypto, I was only in the stock market. So if you do 30% that year, that's amazing. Well, you might do that in 5 minutes in the crypto space. So it's just something to kind of maybe warn your viewers, be aware of, because I know when the bull cycle was over and the bears came back around, when I was looking at different forums, you would see a lot of divorces happening. Their wives or husbands found out how much they had invested and they ruined their life. I saw quite a bit of the suicide response numbers being posted, and there's a lot of bad things going on. So it's important to not shill those risky investments and let people know that they are risky. That, I think that was his entire point, but he just pumped that as he comes across as an arrogant jerk, and a lot of people didn't like him because of that.
And you want to focus on the 5%. They're the high risk plays that people want. People want those plays. And why? Because they look at Shiba and they look at Dogecoin and they look at, God forbid, Safe Mode, which I can't stand. And they see that is the way they've been able to turn a little into a lot. And people are interested in that. Not everybody's $1 million investor, Pomp.
I think that's another thing that Pomp's mad about. Like, people are more invested when they see people making billions of dollars off of Shiba Inu, and in the meantime we have Bitcoin, who's becoming a currency, or there's politicians who are taking their entire salary in Bitcoin, or all of these professional athletes who are getting into Bitcoin. Instead, we kind of focus on the big fish story, the one guy who made a lot on Sheep.
Not everybody is.
Do you think that people should be buying Shiba Inu?
No, I never said that. Absolutely not.
Hold on, I didn't say you said that.
Especially right now.
Hold on.
And that's great that he would say that. I'm glad that he would clarify. I don't watch Bitboy's channel, so I don't know if he says that up front. I want to be clear there. I know I have heard in the past where he's said some questionable things outside of just clickbait, where he would try to say, I have a friend that knows that this is actually going to happen, that kind of thing. His channel's not for me, so I don't watch it.
Hear me out for a second. Just hear me out for a second. I didn't say you said that. What I am saying, though, is that just because people want to take risk, the difference is that you may not say go buy it, but if you're encouraging it and you're not clearly calling it out, that's part of the problem. That's what I'm getting at. All I want here, listen, I know you got to go do your show. Listen, I know you got to go do your stuff. Hold on. I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you the final say. Again, I respect the shit out of you for coming here. And as a thank you, if you want, I will come on your show. You can ask me about anything I've ever posted, whatever. I'm happy to come do that for you. But my only ask of you is to just be more thoughtful and careful about short-term price targets on all of this long-tail assets. That's all. That's that ultimately, we put it all, boil it down.
See, I wish he wouldn't just like come across as a jerk, you know. I wish he would have framed it more being concerned about the bear market coming and how that affects a lot of people when that comes around. There is going to be so much money lost, and that is coming. We will see that. If this is your first bull cycle, you're going to see those suicide posts. It's bad. People lose a ton of money. Some people, they can't hold on to this. This is the only money they have. They have to sell their crypto because they absolutely went all in. You know, it's just different circumstances for different people, and I wish he would have approached it more from a empathetic level. I think he would have got across way better. I mean, if you read the comments on the video, even his viewers think he's coming across as a jerk. So that's pretty much all I had to say about it. If you have any opinions on it, let me know down below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.